So here's a brief overview to the study activities and the assessment activities within this module. As I mentioned in my announcement, the study activities in this module list a lot of websites that require you to be self-directed in your search. So there really is no start and end point. It's just as deep as you decide to go in your discovery. So first, we always start with the study activities and just a brief introduction to these. This module requires that you read chapters 4 and 5 in your textbook. These are very practical modules or chapters, so you might find that you're not reading them from start to finish, but you're really going through and just picking the information out that you don't already know or that you can use in your decision-making process. So highly practical for these chapters, so you can skip around. The status checks in the beginning of the chapter can help you identify what are your strengths and where are some of your knowledge gaps, and then you can focus your reading there. The next is a quick presentation, and this will walk you through the decision-making process, help you assess the factors affecting career decisions, rank your work values, and provide some additional content. This study activity here, M4S2, will be very important as you are completing the second assessment activity in this module, M4A2. So when we talk about citing evidence of completing the study activities, a lot of that information will come from M4S2 here. Next, we guide you to the Meta Major and Guided Pathways website. And here you can read about the different meta majors. There's a video here that you can watch. You can look at the differences in the types of courses that are required. And as you dig in, you'll find that there are templates for guided pathways for both full-time and part-time. You can explore these and then also explore the links to the college catalog. It might be helpful if you have a notebook or some other system for managing your search so that you can remember what you liked or what you didn't like. The next study activity takes you into IRSC's Career Coach Interest Profiler. This is an empirically validated instrument that has been around since the 1950s and is based on the work of John Holland's career exploration theories that matched individuals' traits with occupations and careers. So here it's going to take you to Career Coach. And you will be taking this longer assessment. The more questions that you can answer on either side of unsure, the more accurate the assessment results will be for you. The next study activity has you assess your work values. There are some formal assessments that if you were interested, I can share. But here, if you just had to rank these, reading the descriptions, what would you consider as your top 3? And then if you can organize those as number 1, I will always look for independence in a career. Number 2, I am always going to look for a career that offers support. This again is another filter for analyzing career data as you collect it along the way. After you've done that, we take you back into IRSC's Career Coach website, and here you can actually start searching careers. There's a tutorial video here that can help you get familiar with using this website. And then the last study of activity takes you into the career presentation folder, and this is your first look into the instructions and the rubric for the career presentation. Your career presentation is not due now. It will be due at the end of the semester, but I want you at this midpoint to start considering this end goal and how we will formally pull together all of the knowledge in the course at the end. So that takes care of our study activities. And now let's take a look at our assessment activities for this module. So after you complete the study activities, you'll come here. As always, there are two different assessments. The first is a compare and contrast of the top 3 careers and majors that you researched as you were going through the IRSC's Meta Major Guided Pathway website and IRSC's Career Coach. So the directions here are straightforward. It tells you what to review in preparation for this assignment. Here you can see references back to those study activities. And then once you have reviewed these items, you're going to start to create your assignment. My advice is to use this as a template. So oftentimes when I am organizing my work, I'll take the assignment instructions and then just copy and paste those into a file and use this to organize my work to make sure I'm completing all of the different sections. So this process here, you are going to provide me with a brief career summary, salary, level of education required, and IRSC Meta Major and Guided Pathway for 3 different careers. So here you might say Career 1, and here Career 2, but you will be listing out the title of that career specifically. And then you'll do this a 3rd time for your 3rd choice. So this might be a good system. Remember, you'll want 3 different careers. Give me the title, give me a career summary, salary, level of education, and the IRSC Meta Major. These first three, are very easily pulled from IRSC's Career Coach. IRSC Career Coach will also connect you to the guided pathway, but you can always go back to that study activity of reviewing that website as well. The last piece will be your analysis. So don't forget this because there's a high point value associated with your analysis. And this is where you start to compare and contrast these careers as realistic and achievable for you. Remember that in order to assess if it's realistic and achievable, you have to think of your individual context. And in order for me to understand your decision-making process, you need to give me explanations. So here are some prompts that may help you in answering this question. So what are the pros and cons to each? You can be looking at this from broad areas, comparing the career summaries, comparing the salaries, the level of education. So pick what you consider to be the most important elements. Remember, going back to the priorities, the factors that affect your career decision making, and use this as your level of analysis. Once you're completed, you will upload this to Blackboard. As always, make sure that you are using the rubrics to guide the quality of your explanations. Here you will see that most of your points come from identifying the 3 careers and providing the required supporting details that will show to me that you completed the study activities listed in this module. But then also the analysis is equally as important, and we'll see this word again, contextual factors. A lot of you will want to go back to my comments to you and the rubric, how you were assessed on the rubric for M4A1. That was the problem solving. A lot of you provided a lot of strength and detail in your explanations and were awarded full points in that area. But others might want to use the feedback on that assignment and your initial work there and use that to inform development of your ability to examine the contextual factors. What are the factors that affect your specific needs and interests? Oftentimes we go back to our values, our priorities, and here you may also want to go back to the factors that you consider to be the most important in your career decision-making process.